Smells good. What's cooking?
Oh, hey, Juan. Can you help me here for a second?
Okay.
Can you spray my hands?
Okay.
I'm about to play drums. I need to warm up my hands.
Wait, no!
Hi guys, in this video we're going to be covering drum warm-ups, and one of the things that we're trying to put together is an actual drum warm-up practice routine for you guys. So you guys can see it, follow it along, and hopefully get an idea of what are we talking about when we say you should be warming up before you practice. So we're going to do 5. These are the 5 best warm-ups for our students, especially for students that are like fairly early on their musicianship. And here we have Mr. Juan, which is going to be helping us with this process and showing us, I guess, the 5 best warm-ups that we recommend for you guys. Awesome. So what is number 1?
So number 1 is something we call 8s. It's pretty much 8 hits with each hand. So for example, we're going to start with our right hand. We're going to do 8 hits with the right hand. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then left hand 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's simple. Now the key is to make sure everything's even, nice and controlled. So let's try it.
Now definitely this should be done with a metronome. So we want you guys to practice either with a metronome or with music that you like. Now we're not using music so we don't get any issues with copyright, but you guys should put some of the songs that you like, because that's another thing. Practicing should not be boring. Practicing should not be, I don't know, this thing that you're not really looking forward to doing. You need to make your practice routine fun. So putting your favorite song is gonna make this process a little bit easier.
And take your time, it's patience, just get used to the motion first, and then you try it a little bit faster.
Okay.
So we're gonna try it, nice steady, 130 BPM.
Yep.
Here we go. So 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and stop.
Cool. Now, for how long would you say we should do that?
I would try to push at least 2 minutes. Try to go for 2 minutes. Let that be top, and if you speed it up, try to go for 5 minutes. Try to go as long as possible.
And now when we're doing that, would you recommend for them to kind of like be moving the sticks anyway? Like, is it always the same type of movement?
Well, you want to try to keep the same pattern, the motion, right? Try not to be moving like this. Try to hit the same spot. Because I have a lot of students that in the beginning they're hitting like this. Yeah. They're hitting everywhere. Try to always aim at the same spot, or the pad or the drum.
And the movement inside your hand also should be the same movement, right?
Yeah,
so
we want to try to do more wrist.
We're trying not to rotate the wrist. We're trying not to like change things, because we see a lot of students that every hit is different.
Exactly.
And that makes it very inconsistent, and it makes it very hard for you guys to play and sound correctly. So that was number 1, right?
Number 1.
So how about number 2?
Here's number 2. Number 2 is simple as well. It's just 4 hits on each hand. So we're gonna go 4 rights, 4 lefts.
Okay.
So if we play it, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand 2, 3, 4. Right hand 2, 3, 4. Left hand 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and I see that you're almost hitting and trying to come back up. So how much do you think they should go up after hitting?
Well, if you're gonna hit again, you want to make sure that the hand is ready to go. If you're not using the hand that you're playing, try to keep it low. So for example, I would go up, 3, 4, keep it down. Try to control the stick as much as you can. Okay. That does not come easy. That takes a little bit of training. So if it doesn't happen in the beginning, it's okay. You'll develop that as you go. So let's try it.
Let's do number 2.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And always count, because if you're not counting and you forget the pattern, you will mess up.
You think they should count out loud?
Yes. The memory in your head doesn't work all the time, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
what do you think about the grip? Like, should the grip be something that I'm holding tight? Should I be loose? Should I be kind of like halfway?
Well,
like, what do you recommend in terms of like how to grip the stick?
Well, the main thing when you're holding a drumstick, what you want to do is the first finger and your thumb is what's really holding the stick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the grip. All right, and then the other 3 fingers, you want to keep them on, not tight. That's just for support. So if you notice, the stick is wiggling there, and then if I close it, stick doesn't wiggle. So that's your support system. That's so the sticks don't fall. Mm-hmm. They don't fall and hit you in the face, which has happened to me. That hurts a lot.
You want to try to avoid that?
Avoid that 100%. So what you want this not you don't want to choke the stick, but enough so it doesn't fall, and the support. The rest of the fingers are gonna hold the sticks.
Okay, and would you say that, for example, we see this in students every now and then they take their index finger, they almost like take it out. So,
yeah, you don't want to do this because, like I just explained, what's holding the drumsticks is these two fingers. If I do this, notice how the stick falls without the other ones. If you're holding the sticks like this, you're gripping too much over here. So,
cool. So we have
1, 2. Now we have number 3. Number 3 is the most important rudiment ever. It's called singles. So you're actually gonna play 1 per hand. So it's gonna be right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. 1, 1, 1.
By the way, and what would you say in terms of like when I hit, do I go back up? Do I keep it like around about an inch off? Do I kind of like push the stick down?
Well, one thing you don't want to push down because it's going to choke up the drum. Pretend this is hot, right? I have some students that like to come back up. That's okay in the beginning, but later on you're going to want more control. So what I like to do is actually, boom, keep it about 1 inch off. That's very marching band style.
Okay.
So that's a lot of control.
After it plays, an inch off.
Yeah, if you're not going to play it again, make sure it's at the resting position. Exactly.
Okay.
Alright, that's very marching band style. So let's try it. Try with the metronome. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and right, left, right, left, right, right. And you want to make sure it's nice and even. You don't want to rush it. Nice and relaxed. Yeah. Singles is the easiest rudiment to play, but at the same time it's the hardest one to execute, especially when you go faster.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure everything's nice and even. Try a few more times. And get used to the motion. It's a lot of muscle memory. So you want to get used to your wrists, your hands, what they're doing. 1, 2, 3, and stop.
Okay. And now we're doing them a little bit short here, just so the video doesn't take too much time to cover this. But you definitely want to do this for
2 minutes.
Long, 2 minutes.
Try to push 2 minutes.
Okay, so it's good to take a phone, put a counter on it, you know, and definitely do the 2 minutes. Because that's another thing, when you're doing certain things like with exercise, sometimes you think you're doing 2 minutes, but you're actually doing like 45 seconds. Because it starts to be like, okay, I'm tired.
Especially when you take it faster, you're going to feel the burn a little bit, so you definitely want to keep track of that.
And all songs now are 3 minutes and a half, 4 minutes, so if you cannot play, your endurance is 45 seconds, you're in trouble.
You can't finish the song.
The song is going to be longer than 45 seconds. So when we're doing anything that requires endurance, you definitely want to push about 2 to 3 minutes. So we have number 4.
So now let's do number 4. Number 4 is the second most important rudiment. It's called doubles. Literally, that's what it is. We're going to hit each hand 2 times. So we're going to go right, right, left, left, right, right, left. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. And it's all about keeping even. You don't want to do this. You don't want to go right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. No, we want everything even. Because when you play it faster, it's going to be harder to keep it even. So you got to get it slow first. So let's try with the metronome.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. nice and even, get used to the motion. To get it faster, you need muscle memory. So definitely take your time with this.
You want to speed it up a little or do?
You want to try it? You want to try it twice as fast?
Yeah.
So we're going to try it twice as fast. So it's going to be da, 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 ready, and when you're playing faster, you want to be even. And try to get all hits the same. That's a tough one to do. Try to get them the same hit, make them sound the same.
I feel a little bit like the stick is rotating a little bit on your hand.
Yeah, when it's rotating, again, it's all with the first finger. You know, if you have it too loose, it will do this.
Okay.
All right. Now again, if it happens here and there, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to grip the stick too hard because you're gonna feel the vibration go weird.
By the way, in pain, this should because there's a difference. It's almost like when you work out, you're gonna feel a little bit of a burn, but not pain.
Yeah, the burn is okay, especially when you take it faster. You're gonna feel it in the muscles in your forearm, your wrist, and in your fingers. Now, if you feel pain, like sharp pain in your wrist, something's wrong. You're either holding the sticks too hard, you're hitting too hard.
Would you say the pain is normal if you're still in pain the next day?
Oh, if you're still in pain the next day, then there's something
wrong.
Yeah. Unless it's sore. If you're sore, that's normal. That happens.
Yeah, and I think it's important to know the difference. Soreness and pain are not the same thing. I think it's important to almost recognize your body's the difference. Because soreness, I think, comes from working out something, but pain is almost like a warning sign of like, okay, this is not the correct path. Yeah.
You want to be careful. Make sure you're holding the sticks right. You don't have to overplay, especially in the beginning. A lot of my younger students like to play hard in the beginning. They're like, drums is loud. It's okay. Take your time. You don't have to play hard in the beginning. The strength, the power would come as you go.
Yeah. Okay. So we have number
5. Now, number 5 is the third most important rudiment for me. All right. It's pretty much a combination of singles and doubles. This is a tricky one, so pay attention. All right. So it's pretty much it's called paradiddles. Paradiddles.
All right.
Para means singles. Diddles is doubles.
Okay.
So we're gonna go right, left, right, right. That's the first half. So if we do it again, it's gonna be right, left, right, right. Then the next half is the same thing but opposite. So we're gonna lead with the left hand. So it's gonna be left, right, left, left. Let's do it one more time. So we're going to left, left, right, left, left. Then once you get those two parts separate, you put them together and they're alternating.
And would you recommend just doing, like, I guess the right side of it?
Yeah.
Practice.
I would try to get
the left side.
Try to get the right side until it's really comfortable for you, and then try to do the left side and then put it together. That helps a lot with younger students as well. If you could get it in one shot, go for it. More power to you.
Yeah, definitely. When you get in this type of stuff, do it slowly. A lot of people try to, really get it quick. They can't. They get frustrated. Always slowing down. If you can't play something, usually slowing down will really, really help.
Let the muscle memory develop. So let's try it. Let's put it together without the metronome for now. So ready, and right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, and stop. Now we try with the metronome.
Okay.
So once you get it nice and slow, you could try with the metronome after once you're already used to it. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, and right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right. And this is one that you want to say because it's very tricky if you don't say it. You're gonna get confused. So, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right. And once you got it, just play and enjoy. Keeping everything nice and even. One more time. And
good. Now, would you recommend doing this, let's say, watching TV?
I mean, that's a good time to do it. I mean, if you have nothing else to do, I mean, you could always practice. Just make sure if you're practicing in front of the TV, take your time. I don't, practice is not about going fast or whatever. It's just about getting the muscle memory.
Getting the motion.
And understanding what you're doing. Don't just be watching TV and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Actually understand.
Yeah. But definitely music or metronome.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I think even if you're a beginner, try to. There are some metronomes that are very visual that you can almost see like a thing moving.
Yeah.
That can help you if you're having trouble, like almost like playing accurately. And then sometimes that can truly help you.
And in the beginning, if you're learning a pattern and you can't get it with a metronome, it's okay. You could just try to get the motion first. Get used to it without a metronome first.
Especially the paradiddles.
Yeah, especially the paradiddles. Say it. And then once you get the pattern down, then you start speeding it up with the metronome, and from there you progress to get faster.
Cool. So we want to thank you guys for watching. We do these videos as a way of helping you guys to get some insight of what a practice routine should look like, especially on warm-ups. We want to thank Mr. Juan for being a part of this video. And for us, it's important to also ask you, what are your favorite warm-ups? So you can leave that in the comments below, because we want to know, how are you warming up? What are the exercises that you are using? Let us know which one are your favorite. We hope to see you guys very, very soon. Take care.